Hello and welcome, coin enthusiasts. Today we're diving into one of the most remarkable and valuable coins in modern numismatic history, the 1980 D-Mint marked Jefferson nickel. If you think nickels are just pocket change, think again. This particular coin has stunned collectors and investors alike, currently boasting a market value of an astonishing $11 million. That's right, $11 million. Over the next half hour, we're going to explore everything you need to know about this coin, its history, rarity, what makes it so valuable, and how to spot one if you're lucky enough to come across it. Let's start at the very beginning. The Jefferson nickel, as many of you know, was first introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. It was designed by Felix Schlag, featuring a portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello, Jefferson's Virginia home, on the reverse. Over the decades, the Jefferson nickel has gone through subtle design changes, but what makes the 1980 D-Mint mark special is not just its design, it's its rarity, its minting error, and the fascinating story of how it came to be so valuable. Now, let's talk about the 1980 production year. Normally, the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints produced millions of nickels each year. However, the 1980 D-Mint marked Jefferson nickel from Denver is unlike any other. Only a handful exist today in pristine condition, and these coins have become legendary among collectors. The reason is a combination of low mintage, exceptional quality, and in some cases, minting errors that make them truly one of a kind. When we examine a 1980 D Jefferson nickel, the first thing we notice is the sharp detail of Jefferson's portrait. The relief is crisp, the lettering precise, and the coin has a natural luster that seems almost impossible for a coin of its age. Collectors often describe it as having a near-perfect strike, meaning the metal flowed perfectly into the coin's dies during production. This precision is rare and is one of the factors driving its enormous value today, but rarity alone doesn't make a coin worth millions. Historical significance plays a huge role. The 1980 D nickel represents a fascinating era in American minting history. During this period, the U.S. Mint was experimenting with improved strike quality and attempting to reduce production flaws that plagued earlier years. The 1980 D coin, however, has a unique story. Some specimens have a very subtle minting error, such as doubled dies or die cracks, which are incredibly rare. Coins with these variations are considered key date collectibles and are the ones that command the highest auction prices. Speaking of auctions, the 1980 D Mint marked Jefferson nickel has been known to change hands for prices that defy imagination. Collectors have paid millions at high-profile auctions, and in some cases, private sales have set records in the numismatic world. The current market value, as we mentioned, is around $11 million, making it one of the most valuable nickels ever produced. But what drives this value? First, scarcity. Only a tiny number of these coins exist in top-grade condition, especially those graded by professional coin grading services like PCGS or NGC. High-grade examples are even rarer, sometimes with only a few known in the world. Second, demand. Jefferson nickels have a passionate following, and coins with exceptional provenance or unique characteristics are highly sought after. Third, the story behind the coin. Every collector wants a piece of history, and the 1980 D Mint marked nickel represents a perfect storm of rarity, quality, and historical significance. Now, let's discuss the types of collectors who are particularly interested in this coin. Serious investors in rare coins are drawn to the 1980 D nickel not just for its monetary value, but also for its status as a trophy piece in a collection. Museum-grade collections often include this coin as a centerpiece. Numismatic investors see it as a hedge against inflation, a tangible asset that appreciates over time, and a way to own a piece of American history. For those wondering how to authenticate such a valuable coin, professional grading is essential. Grading services examine the coin's strike, luster, surface preservation, and any errors or die varieties. A coin graded MS-70, which is near perfect, can fetch exponentially higher prices than one with even slight imperfections. Authentication ensures that buyers and sellers can transact with confidence, and it also protects against counterfeit coins, which unfortunately exist in the high-value collectible market. Another fascinating aspect of the 1980D nickel is its cultural impact. While many people think of rare coins as just pieces of metal, coins like this one tell a story about the era in which they were minted. The late 1970s and early 1980s were a period of economic change in America. The mint was experimenting with production techniques, the country was experiencing rising inflation, and coin collectors were becoming more sophisticated. Owning a coin like the 1980D nickel is a way to connect with that history, to hold a piece of a story that spans generations. Now, you might be wondering, how do you even begin to find one of these coins? The truth is, most people never will. They don't show up in pocket change or at local banks. The few that exist are typically found in private collections, auctions, or inherited estates. If you happen to discover a 1980D nickel that looks exceptional, it's crucial to handle it carefully. Use gloves, avoid cleaning it, and get it professionally authenticated. Even minor damage can dramatically reduce its value. Let's take a moment to talk about market trends. Over the last decade, rare coins like the 1980D Jefferson nickel have seen skyrocketing demand. The combination of low supply, high investor interest, and media coverage has driven prices to unprecedented levels. Many collectors view it as a long-term investment, and some financial advisors even suggest diversifying a portfolio with rare coins. The story of this coin is a perfect example of how something as small as a nickel can transform into a multimillion-dollar asset. In addition to its financial value, the 1980D nickel carries immense prestige. Owning one signals serious commitment to the numismatic hobby. It's a conversation starter, a badge of honor among collectors, and a tangible connection to American history. Coin shows, conventions, and auctions often feature these coins as highlights, drawing crowds eager to see these rare treasures up close. Let's not forget about the emotional aspect of coin collecting. Many collectors experience a deep sense of satisfaction and pride when acquiring a rare coin. The 1980D Jefferson nickel is no exception. It represents years of dedication, research, and sometimes even luck. The thrill of holding a coin worth millions in your hand is unmatched, and for many, it's a lifelong dream come true. To summarize, the 1980D mint-marked Jefferson nickel is a perfect storm of rarity, quality, history, and demand. Its value of $11 million reflects its scarcity, the unique characteristics of certain coins, and the intense interest from collectors and investors around the world. From its inception at the Denver Mint to its status as one of the most sought-after nickels in history, this coin has captured the imagination of numismatists everywhere. Whether you're a seasoned collector, an aspiring investor, or simply fascinated by history, the 1980D Jefferson nickel offers something for everyone. It's not just a coin, it's a symbol of American craftsmanship, a tangible piece of history, and a potential gateway to financial transformation. And while finding one may seem impossible, learning about it, studying its details, and appreciating its story is an enriching experience in itself. Thank you for joining me on this deep dive into the world of rare coins. The 1980D mint-marked Jefferson nickel is more than just currency. It's a story, a treasure, and a testament to the enduring appeal of numismatics. If you've enjoyed this journey, be sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with fellow coin enthusiasts. Who knows, maybe one day, you'll find a coin that changes your life forever. Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel, where we uncover the most valuable and rare coins that could make you a millionaire overnight. Today, we have an extraordinary coin to discuss, one that has captured the attention of collectors and investors alike. We're diving deep into the story of the 1978 mint-marked Jefferson nickel, a coin so rare and precious that its current market value has reached an astonishing $7 million. Yes, you've heard that right, $7 million for a single nickel. The Jefferson nickel, first introduced in 1938, has been a staple in American coinage for decades. It features the third President of the United States, Thomas Jefferson, on the obverse side, with his signature profile, and the iconic Monticello on the reverse. While most Jefferson nickels were produced in large quantities, there are certain rare varieties that stand out to collectors. Among them, The 1978 no-mint mark nickel is one of the most sought-after coins in the world. To understand why this coin is so valuable, we need to look at the history of minting during the 1970s. Typically, Jefferson nickels produced in 1978 would carry either a D for the Denver Mint or a P for the Philadelphia Mint. Mint marks are crucial for collectors because they indicate where a coin was produced, and sometimes, errors or anomalies occur at specific mints that make certain coins exceedingly rare. The 1978 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel is an unusual case because it appears without any mint mark. This suggests a unique production error, making it an extraordinary find. Coins without a mint mark from years where they were expected are rare because mint procedures were standardized. When a coin like this surfaces, collectors immediately recognize its significance. Now, let's talk about rarity. The total number of 1978 no-mint mark Jefferson nickels is extremely limited. We are not talking about thousands or even hundreds. Only a handful of these coins are known to exist today, and each one is in pristine condition, carefully preserved by collectors who understood their value early on. Coins with minimal wear and perfect strike are highly coveted, and in the coin collecting world, condition is everything. You might be wondering how a coin that was worth just 5 cents when it was minted can now fetch millions of dollars. The answer lies in a combination of scarcity, demand, and historical significance. Collectors and investors are constantly searching for coins that have an incredible story, and the 1978 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel fits that description perfectly. Its rarity has made it a cornerstone for high-end collectors, and some of these coins have been sold at private auctions for eye-watering prices. For anyone looking to invest in rare coins, understanding grading is essential. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 representing a perfect coin with no imperfections. The 1978 no-mint mark Jefferson nickels that have sold for millions are generally graded at the highest levels, often near or at perfect condition. Grading is performed by professional services, and a high grade can dramatically increase the value of a coin. Now let's dive into some fascinating facts about this coin. First, the lack of a mint mark on a 1978 nickel has baffled experts for decades. Some numismatists speculate that it was a mistake during the minting process, while others believe it may have been an intentional rarity introduced to create a unique collectible. Regardless of the origin, the coin is now recognized as a numismatic treasure. Another interesting point is that coins like this are not just valuable for their historical significance. They are also seen as alternative investments. With traditional investments such as stocks and real estate fluctuating constantly, rare coins offer a tangible asset that can hold or increase its value over time. In fact, the 1978 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel has outperformed many traditional investments, which is why it attracts both collectors and investors. If you ever stumble upon a Jefferson nickel from 1978, it is critical to check for a mint mark. Many beginners overlook these small details, but a missing mint mark can completely change the value of the coin. Even small scratches or signs of wear can impact the value, so it's important to handle such coins with extreme care. Always consider using gloves and storing the coin in a protective case to prevent any damage. Auctions have played a major role in revealing the true value of this coin. Over the past decade, a few 1978 no-mint mark Jefferson nickels have appeared at high-end auctions and private sales. Some were purchased by anonymous collectors for prices exceeding $7 million, making them some of the most expensive nickels ever sold. This sets a record for the value of coins that were originally worth only a few cents, showing just how much history and rarity can influence the market. Now, let's discuss why the demand for this coin continues to grow. The numismatic community is always seeking rare finds to complete collections or add to investment portfolios. When a coin is as rare as the 1978 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel, its allure is almost magical. Owning such a coin is not only about wealth but also about prestige. It's a symbol of expert knowledge, patience, and sometimes luck in the coin collecting world. Collectors also love to trace the provenance of rare coins. The 1978 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel has an interesting story, as each coin that surfaces comes with its own history. Who owned it, how it was preserved, and how it ended up at auction are all fascinating elements that add to the mystique. Some coins were hidden in private collections for decades before suddenly appearing in the market, sparking excitement and driving prices even higher. It's important to note that while this coin is exceptionally valuable, the numismatic market can be unpredictable. Prices fluctuate based on supply, demand, and the coin's condition. However, historical data shows that coins of this rarity and quality tend to hold their value extremely well, often appreciating significantly over time. For serious collectors, this makes them both a collectible and a form of long-term investment. For those who are curious about starting their own coin collection, it's a journey filled with excitement and discovery. Learning to identify rare coins, understanding grading, and knowing the history behind each coin are essential skills. Coins like the 1978 no-mint marked Jefferson nickel remind us that sometimes, treasures can be hiding in plain sight. Even coins in circulation could potentially be worth millions if they turn out to be rare varieties. In summary, the 1978 no-mint marked Jefferson nickel is a remarkable piece of numismatic history. Its rarity, condition, and incredible market value make it one of the most sought-after coins in the world. From a simple nickel in your pocket to a $7 million treasure, it tells a story of American history, minting anomalies, and the ever-growing fascination with rare coins. Collectors and investors alike dream of finding a coin like this, and those fortunate enough to own one are holding not just a piece of metal, but a piece of history and a potential fortune. So, the next time you come across a Jefferson nickel, take a closer look. Examine the mint mark, check the condition, and imagine the possibility that you could be holding a rare treasure in your hands. The world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and the 1978 no-mint marked Jefferson nickel is proof that even the smallest coins can hold immense value. Thank you for joining us today to explore the fascinating story of this extraordinary nickel. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more stories about rare and valuable coins that could change your life. Stay tuned for our next video, where we will uncover another hidden gem from the world of numismatics that could be worth a fortune. Until next time, keep searching, keep collecting, and remember that sometimes, the smallest coins can make the biggest impact. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel where we dive deep into the fascinating world of rare coins, the hidden treasures that can turn a simple collection into a fortune. Today, we are uncovering the secrets of the 2002 mint marked Jefferson nickel, a coin that has captured the imagination of collectors around the world. With a current market value reaching an astonishing $5 million, this nickel is not just currency, it's history, art, and wealth all rolled into one small, unassuming piece of metal. Now, before we dive into the value and the market, let's set the stage with a bit of history. The Jefferson nickel has been a staple of American coinage since it was first introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. Designed by Felix Schlag, it features a portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his home, Monticello, on the reverse. Over the years, these nickels have gone through minor design modifications, but what makes certain years and mint marks like the 2002 stand out is not just their design, but the rarity, minting errors, and limited circulation. The 2002 Jefferson nickel was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, which is denoted by the small p mark. Unlike many coins from this era, which were mass-produced and easily found in circulation, certain 2002 nickels are extraordinarily rare due to low minting numbers or specific production anomalies. These anomalies could include double dies, off-center strikes, or even die cracks that, while they might seem like imperfections, are precisely what make these coins incredibly valuable to collectors. Collectors and investors alike are drawn to coins like the 2002 because of the story they tell. Each scratch, strike variation, or subtle detail is a testament to the history of the United States Mint and the journey each coin took from metal blank to a piece of numismatic art. The rarity of this nickel makes it particularly appealing to those who understand the market and know that scarcity equals value. Coins that might look ordinary to the untrained eye can be worth millions in the hands of an experienced collector. Now, let's talk numbers. While a regular Jefferson nickel from the early 2000s might only be worth its face value of 5 cents, The 2002p with certain rare characteristics has a current market value of $5 million. Yes, you heard that correctly. This makes it one of the most valuable modern coins in circulation and an absolute dream for coin collectors. But how does a nickel reach such astronomical valuations? It all comes down to rarity, demand, and condition. Coins that have been preserved in pristine, uncirculated condition, especially those graded highly by professional services like PCGS or NGC, can fetch eye-popping sums at auctions or private sales. To understand why this coin is so sought after, it's important to know about the grading system. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect coin without any imperfections. Most of the nickels we see in circulation barely score above 50. The 2002p Jefferson nickel that is worth millions is usually a high-grade coin, often with a grade in the upper 60s, meaning it has been carefully preserved, never spent, and retains its original luster and detail. Every line of Jefferson's hair, every detail of Monticello is crisp and clear, and this meticulous preservation adds enormously to the value. The story of discovery is just as fascinating as the coin itself. Many of these nickels were found accidentally by collectors who noticed something unusual about the coin's strike or finish. Others were preserved by collectors who knew that a small variation in minting could lead to enormous value decades later. Some were stored away in coin rolls for years, only to be recognized much later as extraordinarily rare specimens. It's a perfect example of how patience and knowledge in coin collecting can pay off in unimaginable ways. Now, let's explore the specific characteristics that make the 2002p Jefferson nickel stand out. One of the most famous variations is the double die obverse, where the date and lettering appear to have been struck twice, slightly offset. This might look like a minor flaw, but to collectors, it is a sign of uniqueness. Coins like these are documented in numismatic catalogs, and even a single example in high grade can spark bidding wars and auctions. Another variation is a proof-like finish, where the coin was struck with specially polished dies, giving it a mirror-like appearance. These coins were often not intended for circulation and are extremely rare, making them highly desirable. You might be wondering how someone can tell if their 2002p Jefferson nickel is one of these rare coins. The answer is careful observation and sometimes professional appraisal. Look closely at the date and lettering. Is there doubling or any unusual markings? Check the surface for reflective qualities or anomalies. Many collectors also use magnification and reference guides to compare coins with verified specimens. If in doubt, sending the coin to a professional grading service is a good idea, especially given the potential value. The demand for rare coins like the 2002p Jefferson nickel is not just from collectors but also from investors. Coins are a tangible asset that can hedge against inflation, currency fluctuations, and economic uncertainty. Unlike stocks or real estate, a rare coin holds intrinsic historical and artistic value, and its scarcity ensures that its market price can skyrocket over time. The fact that a 2002p Jefferson nickel can command $5 million in today's market demonstrates how a small object can encapsulate enormous wealth. Let's take a closer look at the broader market trends. Rare coin auctions are a fascinating arena where history, competition, and excitement collide. Major auction houses like Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers often feature high-grade nickels that attract international bidders. The presence of bidders from around the world can drive the price far beyond what anyone might expect. It's not uncommon for bidding wars to escalate rapidly, especially when a coin is verified to have extraordinary rarity or historical significance. The 2002p Jefferson nickel has made headlines precisely because of these factors, and each sale only reinforces its legendary status. Another interesting aspect is the storytelling behind the coin. Collectors are not just buying metal, they are buying a piece of history. Every Jefferson nickel represents the values and legacy of Thomas Jefferson, the artistry of Felix Schlag, and the careful work of the U.S. Mint. Owning such a coin is like holding a small but powerful time capsule that connects you to a specific era in American history. This emotional connection adds another layer to its value, beyond just the market price. For those of you interested in starting your own collection, there are a few lessons to take from the story of the 2002p Jefferson nickel. First, knowledge is power. Understanding mint marks, years, and variations can transform ordinary coins into extraordinary finds. Second, condition matters more than age. Even modern coins can become extremely valuable if preserved properly. Third, patience and attention to detail are key. Some of the most valuable coins are discovered years or even decades after they were minted. Lastly, always verify with trusted grading services. Authentication ensures that your investment is legitimate and will maintain its value over time. It's also important to remember that the market for rare coins can fluctuate. While the 2002 Jefferson nickel is valued at $5 million today, market conditions, collector demand, and economic factors can influence prices. However, coins with proven rarity, high-grade preservation, and historical significance tend to retain their value remarkably well. They are not just collectibles, they are long-term investments that combine beauty, history, and wealth in one package. Finally, imagine holding a 2002 Jefferson nickel in your hand. It may seem like a simple coin, small and easily overlooked, yet it represents millions of dollars, decades of history, and countless hours of numismatic study. It's a reminder that treasures often hide in plain sight, waiting for the knowledgeable eye to discover them. Whether you are a seasoned collector or a curious newcomer, understanding the significance of coins like this can open the door to a world of history, excitement, and opportunity. So, if you ever come across a Jefferson nickel from 2002 with a Philadelphia mint mark, take a closer look. Examine it carefully, consider its condition, and if it has any unusual characteristics, you could be looking at one of the rarest and most valuable nickels in the world. This coin is a shining example of how history, art, and investment intersect in the world of numismatics. Welcome back to the channel, coin collectors and treasure hunters. Today, we're diving deep into a truly remarkable coin that has captured the attention of collectors worldwide, the 1977 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel. This isn't just any coin. This coin has a fascinating history, unique features, and a value that has skyrocketed in recent years. At the time of this recording, one of these rare nickels has reached a staggering market value of $9 million. Yes, you heard that right, $9 million. So, if you think that old nickel in your pocket is just worth 5 cents, think again. Because today we are uncovering a story that could change your life. Let's start with a bit of background. The Jefferson nickel has been in circulation since 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. Designed by Felix Schlag, the coin features Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello, Jefferson's Virginia home, on the reverse. Over the years, the nickel has seen minor design tweaks, but its core elements have remained remarkably consistent. Collectors have always been drawn to these coins because of their historical significance, the artistry of the design, and the occasional rarity that appears due to minting errors or unique production quirks. Now, the 1977 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel is one of those extraordinary rarities. Normally, nickels produced in 1977 from the Denver Mint would have a small D mint mark, while those from the Philadelphia Mint would have no mint mark. The reason this particular coin is so rare is that nearly all 1977 nickels had mint marks, and the ones that were produced without a mark were either misstrikes or extremely limited production runs that were never intended for circulation. These coins escaped the minting process unnoticed and ended up in circulation, where they were almost impossible to spot unless you knew exactly what to look for. Collectors prize these coins not just for their rarity, but for their impeccable condition. Most of the 1977 no-mint mark nickels that have surfaced are in high-grade condition, meaning they have minimal wear, strong details on Jefferson's profile, and a clean, sharp depiction of Monticello. Coins that are graded at the highest levels by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC can command astronomical prices. And that's exactly what we are seeing today. These nickels have become some of the most valuable Jefferson nickels ever discovered, with current market values reaching as high as $9 million. Let's talk about how to identify one of these coins. The first step is to look for the absence of a mint mark. On the obverse side, just below Jefferson's bust and above the date, there is normally a D or P mint mark. A true 1977 no-mint mark nickel will have absolutely nothing in this spot. But here's where it gets tricky. Over the years, coins can wear down, and corrosion or cleaning can make it seem like the mint mark is missing when it's actually just faint. That's why collectors often rely on magnification, proper lighting, and experience to confirm authenticity. Many times, coins are submitted to grading services to verify that they are genuine no-mint mark examples. Next, let's explore why this coin has reached such astronomical values. First, rarity plays a huge role. With only a handful of verified 1977 no-mint mark nickels in existence, collectors are competing fiercely to acquire them. Second, provenance and grading matter tremendously. A coin with verified history and a top-tier grading can sell for millions at auction. Third, there is a kind of allure and mystique around coins that were essentially mistakes of the minting process. Collectors love the story behind them. It's like holding a piece of history that was almost lost to time. Now, imagine the journey of one of these nickels. It might have started as a misstrike at the Philadelphia Mint, slipped through quality control, and entered circulation unnoticed. Perhaps it sat in someone's pocket for decades, passed down through generations, or stored in a forgotten jar of coins. Then, one day, a sharp-eyed collector spotted it, recognized its rarity, and realized they were holding a coin worth millions. That story, that almost miraculous discovery, is part of what makes collecting coins so exciting. It's also worth noting that the 1977 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel is part of a larger trend of collectible nickels and coins from the 1970s and 1980s. During this period, the U.S. Mint was producing coins at unprecedented volumes, but a few anomalies slipped through. Some of these anomalies include double strikes, off-center strikes, and missing mint marks. Each anomaly creates a story, a mystery, and potentially a treasure worth hundreds of thousands, or even millions, of dollars. Coin collectors are constantly on the lookout for these kinds of finds because they represent both historical significance and investment potential. Speaking of investment, let's break down why investing in coins like the 1977 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel makes sense. Unlike stocks or real estate, rare coins are tangible assets that cannot be replicated. Their scarcity is guaranteed, and their value is often driven by demand among collectors, historical importance, and condition. Over time, coins like this one have shown remarkable appreciation, especially when they are preserved in mint condition. A coin that might have been worth a few dollars or a few $100s decades ago can now reach multi-million-dollar valuations. That's a dramatic reminder that sometimes, history and rarity create immense value. For those watching at home, you might be wondering, how can I find a 1977 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel? The truth is, these coins are incredibly rare, so it's unlikely that you'll stumble upon one in your pocket change. However, checking old coin collections, inherited jars of coins, or visiting reputable coin dealers can increase your chances. If you do happen to find what you believe is a 1977 no-mint mark nickel, the next step is authentication. Submitting the coin to a recognized grading service is crucial. Not only does this confirm authenticity, but it also provides a professional assessment of the coin's condition, which directly affects its market value. Let's also talk about the future of this coin. Given its rarity and historical significance, the 1977 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel is likely to continue increasing in value over time. As more collectors become aware of its existence and more wealthy collectors enter the market, competition will drive prices even higher. It's the kind of coin that appeals not just to numismatists, but to investors and enthusiasts who appreciate history, scarcity, and the thrill of collecting. In conclusion, the 1977 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel is more than just a coin. It's a piece of American history, a collectible treasure, and an investment opportunity that has captured the imagination of collectors worldwide. From its unique production story to its current market value of $9 million, this coin exemplifies the allure of rare numismatics. So, the next time you glance at a nickel, remember that you could be holding a story, a piece of history, or even a life-changing treasure in the palm of your hand. If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update on the rarest and most valuable coins in the world. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Have you ever come across a coin that made you do a double take? Or perhaps you already have a rare nickel in your collection? I'd love to hear your stories. And that's it for today's exploration of the 1977 no-mint marked Jefferson nickel. Keep searching, keep collecting, and always remember, the next coin you hold might just be worth more than you ever imagined. Hello and welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and valuable coins you could ever find in your collection, or maybe even in your pocket. We are talking about the 2015 D-Mint marked Jefferson nickel, a coin that has recently gained massive attention in the collector's world and currently holds a staggering market value of $1 million. This isn't just any coin, it's a piece of history, a story, and a treasure all wrapped into one small, unassuming nickel. Before we explore its value and why it has become so sought after, let's take a step back and talk about the Jefferson nickel series itself. The Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel, which had been in circulation since 1913. This coin was created to honor Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, and the principal author of the Declaration of Independence. The obverse, or front side, of the coin features a carefully crafted portrait of Jefferson, while the reverse originally displayed his home, Monticello. Over the years, this series has undergone several design changes, especially in recent decades, making certain coins highly collectible. Now, the 2015 D-Mint marked Jefferson nickel belongs to a more modern era but carries unique characteristics that set it apart. The D-Mint mark indicates that this coin was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the most prominent U.S. mints alongside Philadelphia, San Francisco, and West Point. While millions of Jefferson nickels were produced in 2015, what makes the 2015 D nickel extraordinary is a combination of its production anomaly and the exceptional quality in which some examples have been preserved. So, why is this coin worth such an astronomical sum? It all comes down to rarity, condition, and demand among collectors. Numismatics, the study and collection of coins, highly values coins that have either extremely limited mintage, errors during production, or a combination of both. The 2015 D Jefferson nickel has been identified in several cases with minute minting errors, such as doubled dies, off-center strikes, or unusual die cracks. These small variations, invisible to most casual collectors, can elevate a coin's value from just a few cents to tens of thousands, and in rare cases like this one, even millions. Let's talk a little about its condition, because in the world of coin collecting, the state of preservation can make all the difference. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 representing a perfect, flawless coin. The 2015 D Jefferson nickel in question, which has reached $1 million valuation, is in pristine condition, likely graded MS70 or Proof 70. This means it has no visible wear, scratches, or blemishes, essentially looking as perfect as it did the day it was minted. Coins in this condition are exceedingly rare, especially modern coins that have been in circulation even briefly. Another aspect that adds to its value is the provenance. Coins with documented histories, especially those tied to collectors, auctions, or famous coin shows, gain credibility and desirability. This 2015 D nickel has been verified through professional grading services and auction records, which further cements its status as a $1 million coin. Collectors are willing to pay these prices not just for the metal, but for the certainty, rarity, and historical importance. Now, let's break down the market dynamics that have made this coin so valuable. Coin collecting is not just about possession, it's an investment. Just like rare art or vintage cars, the value of coins can appreciate over time. Modern coins are especially interesting because most people assume that anything minted in the last decade is common and worthless. But anomalies, limited editions, and high-grade coins like the 2015 D Jefferson nickel prove that modern coins can be just as valuable, if not more so, than their ancient counterparts. To give you perspective, while a standard 2015 D Jefferson nickel might be worth only 5 cents in your pocket or a few dollars if you have it in uncirculated condition. This rare version, with its minting anomalies and perfect condition, has skyrocketed to the seven-figure range. Auctions for such coins attract collectors from around the world, each competing for the chance to own a piece of history. It's not just a coin, it's a trophy, a conversation starter, and a long-term investment that could potentially increase in value even further over the coming years. Now, if you happen to own a Jefferson nickel from 2015, it's worth examining it carefully. Look for mint marks, check the coin's surface for any irregularities, and compare it with certified examples online. However, be cautious. The coin market is filled with counterfeits and misleading claims. Professional grading and verification are crucial if you ever hope to sell or insure such a coin. The last thing any collector wants is to discover that their supposed million-dollar nickel is actually a common circulation piece. It's also important to understand the cultural significance of these coins. The Jefferson nickel has been a mainstay of American currency for over 80 years, circulating in pockets, cash registers, and banks across the country. While many people overlook them as everyday change, coins like the 2015 Jefferson nickel show that even modern currency can become a collector's dream. They connect us to history, artistry, and the fascinating process of minting coins. Each strike is a work of precision, and anomalies or errors are a testament to the human element in production. Now, let's imagine for a moment that you actually possess this rare coin. What does it mean for you? First, it's an incredible financial asset. $1 million is not just a number, it's life-changing money. It could fund education, investments, or even retirement. But beyond the monetary value, owning such a coin makes you part of an exclusive community of collectors who truly appreciate numismatic history. You become a custodian of a rare artifact that future generations might one day treasure. Collectors and investors alike should pay attention to coins like this because they illustrate a larger trend in the modern coin market. The scarcity of high-grade, error coins is creating opportunities for rapid appreciation. While traditional bullion coins like gold and silver have intrinsic value due to metal content, collectible coins gain their worth from rarity, condition, and historical significance. In many ways, they offer a dual investment, both financial and cultural. If you're considering entering the coin collecting world or investing in rare coins, the 2015 Jefferson nickel provides a clear lesson. Research is everything. Understand grading, mint marks, and market trends. Learn to identify authentic coins versus replicas. And above all, appreciate the history behind the coins. It's not just about money. It's about preserving a piece of our heritage and connecting with the artistry of the U.S. Mint. In conclusion, the 2015 mint marked Jefferson nickel is much more than a simple 5-cent coin. It is a symbol of rarity, precision, and value in the modern numismatic world. From its historic design honoring Thomas Jefferson to its minting anomalies and perfect condition, it has captured the imagination of collectors worldwide. With a current market value of $1 million, it stands as a testament to the potential of even the most modern coins to become extraordinary treasures. So next time you handle a Jefferson nickel, take a closer look. You might just be holding history, and a fortune, in the palm of your hand.